So Nether Portals, you guys know how these work, but this particular mod changes how they work, and it is fantastic. Normally, you right-click and bam, you've got a purple little portal. You stand inside, you wait a little bit, and you're zoomed right into the Nether. Here, you see that? Now it's loading the chunks. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. There we go. What's up, people? I'm Xogue here on All the Fabric 2? Yeah. All the Fabric 2. Alright, so we're on a new mod pack. This is not All the Mods 5. This is not even All the Mods related. They do actually have one that has a bunch of the Fabric mods in it, but we're not on that version. I'm going to have to chop down one of these trees here. These trees are really, really tall. And the reason for that is because I discovered the Fabric modloader. I knew about it. It's been a thing for a while, but I discovered that it actually has quite a few mods for it. I was looking around not too long ago, and I was looking for a particular mod that we're going to get into probably a little later in this episode that is absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Okay, back months ago when I actually first saw the mod, I almost switched to Fabric just because of the one mod. Now, I didn't, Andesol? That's cool. I didn't because there weren't a whole lot of mods available for, for Fabric at the time. And now there's quite a few. It's still not going to be, especially for 1.15, mind you. This is for 1.15. I'm not sure about 1.14. I was looking for a 1.15 mod pack. But I that's what I was looking for. And now, when I went to check it out, I found that this mod is indeed... How did I make vanilla hammers? Did I make a hammer? Although I probably could. I probably should. How do you make a hammer? That would be my guess. If that was is it maybe one stick? That's a sign. What's a hammer? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't actually matter too much. We're going to go get some stone. I don't even know if this stuff can be used as stone. Really. You feel more like dirt. Yeah, you're basalt dirt. Okay. Well, that's fun. I bet you this grass actually does move over to it. We need to go and mine, I guess, into the side of a wall. Oh, you're actual stone. Okay. Maybe we can actually use you for... material. What are you doing, chicken? Get out of the way, dude. This ain't your home. This is going to be my little home. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Anyway. So you guys know that I'm huge into mods. I love modded Minecraft. I love all the mods. How much difference there is in all the mods. How much creativity goes into making them. And how much fun you can have while playing them. It's all very, very enticing. And something I definitely look for in any mod pack that I play. Fabric is a new mod loader. Forge has been around for ever since modded Minecraft even became in existence. It was like the first and only mod loader for a it's been around forever. And now there's another one emerging, and I really, really, really like this new one. I like the name and everything. I think it's actually pretty fantastic what I'm seeing so far. I believe it will one day take over for Forge. I really do. But despite that, it doesn't really matter because I'm liking it now, and it has a lot of interesting mods that I've never seen before that I would really like to play with. That's not where I want that. And it's just got more of them than the Forge version in All the Mods 5 does. So I switched. We're no longer going to be on All the Mods 5. Probably shouldn't have dug so much, right? That would have been a smart person thing to do, is to not dig as much as I dug. If I knew I was going to put a door in here. That's not where you're supposed to go. Thank you. Whoa. That scared the bejeebers out of me, plant. Way to get in my face, plant. Good job, plant. Move, chicken. Anyway, so you kind of understand why we're here now, hopefully. Hopefully you understand why we're here. And you know that there is a beginning of the game. There's always a beginning of the game. So let me go handle the beginning, and then we can get on to other things. We're not done mining yet. We're not set up, but I am finding out that we have some interesting things like sapphire and peridot that, I don't know how to say that word, peridot, something like that. But we have some interesting things there, which are pretty fantastic, actually, in that they're just a little bit better than iron. Well, actually, peridot is pretty good. It's actually better than iron, but it's not quite as good as diamond, I think. Which is really, really cool that you can find those extra steps in there. And it's pretty fantastic, actually, because even this guy right here, who's just a little bit better, or actually, I think it's not quite as good as iron in here. And I'm going based off the attack damage, which is not actually real. That's not a good thing. So maybe it's as good or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, 3.8 to 4 attack damage. Which again, that's not a very good comparison because we're comparing like mining speed and mining capability and not attack damage. I'm not whacking people at these things. But it's able to mine obsidian, which is really, really good, which you probably saw in my inventory. So what we're going to go ahead and do is look at one of the biggest mods that drew me to this. Probably the biggest mod that drew me to this particular mod pack because it was a fabric. You know, it's fabric thing. And I kind of resisted coming here because there weren't many mods. But I really, really, really wanted to because of this mod. I'm not sure if I talked about that before or not. But what we're going to do, we're going to put this guy in the middle first of all. And we're actually going to put it right up here. We'll put it right up top. Right out in the open. Why? Because you'll see why. This is by far one of the coolest mods I've ever seen. It's a very simple concept. I mean, don't prepare yourself for like wicked, crazy, complicated. It's very, very simple in what it does. But it's also very powerful. I'm sure it was wicked hard to make. And it's just, it's fantastic. We're going to do... We're going to go this big with a nether portal. And we're going to go, we'll just go that high. Where'd I go? 4 high? I think I went 4. So we'll have a normal height portal, really. What the crap? What just hurt me? Oh, hello, guy. Something hit me or something. Hey, guy. How's it going? Okay, come on. There we go. Whew. Anyway, I don't know what hit me. There are a little bit of bugs here in this pack. Oh, you see all the creepers? Yeah, those are from creeper spores. Basically, they spawn whenever, wherever. They might even be able to spawn in the daylight. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if creepers actually spawn at night anymore. I don't know. I think they might have removed creeper spawning from nighttime in order to let the creeperlings, the small ones, actually spawn anytime, including during the day, and just let them grow. So it's one of those things. You get a bunch of the creeperlings spawning, but if you kill them all, you'll never see creepers. We're not going to kill them all, so we're probably going to see a lot of creepers. Once we get a ranged weapon, we might start killing a lot more of them, but I'm not going to run over to every single one and you know, kill them all. But anyway, so nether portals, you guys know how these work, but this particular mod changes how they work, and it is fantastic. Normally, you right-click and bam, you've got a purple little portal, you stand inside, you wait a little bit, and you're zoomed right into the nether. Here, you see that? Now it's loading the chunks. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. There we go. Now we're going to get a little bit of lag while it loads and generates the chunks. But now, as you can see, we are in the nether. Boom. Instantly into the nether. There is no loading time. You can hear the sound change. Well, you could. It's just, man, I love this. I absolutely love this. So we can easily go into the Nether just real quick, be like, oh, okay, this is what we're working with. All right, boom, boom. Or wait, let's go. This is cool too. Seeing it the other way is really, really, really cool. Tell me that isn't very, very easy to spot. Tell me that's not a very, very easy thing to look at. And no, be like, oh, that's where I gotta go. That's where my home base is. You don't even need to light torches or anything. Granted, you can always really see the portal. I'm not saying it was impossible to see or anything. That's not what I mean. I just mean it's even easier to see now than it was before, which is really, really cool. Also, we do have a vein miner type deal, which is fantastic. And to make vein miner even better, it basically teleports the stuff into your inventory. Oh, those guys. Hold on. These guys are something we are going to play with later, but once we get geared up. Because these guys make it easier to get ahead. Basically, without any looting on it, one of these makes it, it gives you a looting effect. It makes it looting one, basically, with one of them nearby and no actual looting on your sword. It gives you looting one. And you can put multiple in the area. I don't remember how many you can have. I want to say like 3 or something. But in the area, it also makes the mobs much, much harder. So, yeah, that's one of those deals, I think. Our frames do really, really suffer with this portal thing going on right here. Really, really, really does. But honestly, I don't think the video is going to suffer. I think my computer is strong enough to handle it. And I'm okay with a little bit of reduced frames when we're looking in the direction of this portal. When we're not looking in the direction of the portal, we're fine. Well, maybe, kind of. Looking in the direction of the portal, it makes it difficult. But yeah, if you circle around, you see the other side. So you can always see the other side. Whichever direction you want to see, you can. Be like, oh, look, there's some kind of a cow thing. And they can float in lava. He's not burning. Dude, you don't burn? Hold on, check this out. I also have, what was the button? Oh, that was my button. Wither rose cows? Whoa. Okay, check this out. I can zoom like super far. I can't see. Hey, buddy, how's it going? That's about as far as I can zoom. Super strong boom. That's definitely a wither rose. That is a wither rose cow. I didn't even know. What? Can I shear them? I would assume shearing them is a thing, and then you can get the wither roses. That's really cool. Anyway. So, yeah. I love this mod. This thing is fantastic. It is absolutely wonderful. I think another part of the frame loss is that it's still generating chunks too in the area. If we spent a little more time in the area and actually generated some of the chunks that were over there, I think it would probably be easier to handle. I think. I could be wrong though. Who knows? But anyway, I think, I friggin' love that mod. All right, so I mentioned the FPS drops of this. Optifine, I think, will help negate the issues that we have here, but I don't think it's bad enough to warrant turning it off until Optifine is updated. We're just waiting on the update, and that should be fine. I was looking at and researching a little bit of the mods that are in here, and I kind of have a list of the ones I want to get into. But before we do that, I want to get into a couple that are going to help us with resources. Now, there's a lot of things you can get from both of them, like iron and gold and diamond and hello, their lag spike thing that made me dig. I guess it doesn't matter. It's all going to be dug out anyway. And we're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into a lot of mods and stuff. But first, I want to make sure we have the area set up. I do not want to be in the little hole in the wall. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to set up the environment I want to use for our two mods. And one of them is going to be all of the sand. I need to sink the sand down and fill it all in with water. Because the water in this biome, this area, it looks so cool. I'm really, I like the water color. It's like a bluish, greenish tint. And while I do love blue, when water is like that, I don't know, it's just cool. Normally bluish greenish, I guess, is like, oh, ew, that's like swamp water. But no, it doesn't look like swamp water, okay? It does not look like swamp water, don't worry. But what I need to do is basically just sink this whole area down. And this is going to be the environment number 1 for one of the mods, and it's also going to add a pretty nice look and feel to the area, I think. It's going to be, hello, collapsing everything. That's fine. I need to sink this anyway. It's going to provide a really cool look and feel for this. Make it feel a little bit more like cool. Like we're in like a lake resort or some kind of I don't know, some place that has a very small lake in front of you or whatever. You get the idea. There's other bits that I want to do as well, but we're going to start with this one and kind of get this area set up the way I want it, and then we can take a look at some of the other elements I want to get to. And I was kind of running around a little bit earlier, and I was like, man, this is actually quite the feat. You know, there's a lot of sand to dig out. I mean, I've done a bunch of it, but initially I was like, how in the world? I'm going to need to get a shovel and upgrade it like crazy. So I started doing some stuff. I also started breeding some cows so that I could get leather and, of course, food, too. So, I mean, the cows are not a dead thing or anything, but, well, they will be when I need some food. But, yeah, I did all this thinking, like, okay, I need an enchanting setup. And then I remembered that I did get a bunch of rubies. Not that rubies are all that important, but that's what we're making our shovels out of. And then we have basically the excavate button that we can use. And it actually, I mean, granted, we tear through shovels like nothing, but it's really, really simple. Why are you doing that? That's what you're supposed to do. You can kind of just tear through these things and get rid of so much so quickly that it's absolutely fantastic. And I completely forgot about it for the first, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 batches where I dug out a little chunk around here. And I was like, man, this is tedious. And then I remembered and I did one shovel and I did just about the same amount of work. And I was like, oh, why didn't I remember that first? That would have been so helpful. Also, we have something else that is incredibly helpful for storing all this sand. And it's the compressed stuff. We can compress all the sand down. We have 2 times compressed, 1 time. Okay, so this is... Okay, there we go. Sometimes it's a little hard to figure out exactly, because if you do this is actually just putting the ×3 back in to get 9 of those. So it's a little, you got to figure out which ones are which. But usually it's the ones like right up top. If these are not right up top, then they're not the ones you want to use. But anyway, yeah. But we're making lots and lots of progress now that I am okay with running through all of our rubies, and I learned and remembered about the excavate button. We should make pretty quick work of actually clearing it out. Then we have to actually reform it all, because I don't want it to look like this, okay? Hold on, let me actually show you a little bit. I don't think... We're going to have to play with something. We're going to use original sand for now. And actually, I'm going to put some more of these guys back in here just so you can see what I'm talking about here. But I don't want it to look like this, right? This kind of stuff will probably get torn down. And this is my pick gone now, so that's a thing. But, you know, we'll kind of smooth out the edges of this. And we'll have kind of like a gradual thing. So that, let's see... falling sand. I'm having like frame lag. Crazy. Why do I have fire resistance? I don't understand the fire resistance. Where did that come from? What the crap? Is it because I was digging with this? What? You dig one thing with this is a super powerful thing. You get 30 3 seconds of fire resistance just for digging a block? Holy crap. Okay, yeah, I'm still going to tear through the rubies because we're going to get a lot more. We're going to get a lot more of these eventually. Like, we're going to be mining and stuff, so it's fine. But it's, holy crap, man. That is insane. Anyway, so what we're looking to do is just, you know, create a gradual thing until eventually down here on the bottom, it kind of levels out. You know, we don't want it to be a sharp cliff like this. We want it to kind of go down and then back up all around. We want it to be an oval-like bowl shape or something. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain, I guess. But in this case, since we do have the excavate, it's a lot easier to clear out all the sand and then manually sculpt it out later, which is what we're going to end up doing eventually. I'll probably leave this because it's a decent little starting point. Just kind of shows what I'm kind of looking for a little bit. This is not done yet, mind you, obviously. But it's you know, I gotta slope that a little more, I think. I don't know if I want it to come out and then down, or I may not even want it this deep. I think maybe only 2 or 3 deep is going to be good, and we'll leave it there. So I'm going to have to fill in a lot of this, actually. That's fine. I'll figure it out, and I'll work with it. I'll make it work. It would be a very tedious process if I had to place everything by hand like this. This is probably what some of you were thinking I was going to have to do, and I said, it's okay, I'll just place it all back down and fix it once I mine out the entire area. But it wasn't. I was talking about this guy. Happens to make it quite a bit easier to place entire rows of sand all at one time. Very, very, very simply. And I ran out of sand. But fear not, I have plenty of sand to go. Just say it. I love the compression thing. I love that. That is great. That is a fantastic way to store blocks. So this is with all of the sides covered up. And I basically just covered up all of the stone stuff that's over here. Anything that had an exposed stone face, I covered. And I did that in that way because the terrain gen is already randomized. We don't want this to look normal. We want it to look like it was generated this way. Now, there's certain cases where we are going to, you know, for example, here, we can't go here and jump out. I want to be able to jump out anywhere. So situations like that, we're going to add an extra step. But the edges, for the most part, unless they're super low like those were, or, you know, something like that, we're going to be able to fill in. But other than that, we're going to leave it alone. And then the center, like I was mentioning, I kind of want this to be kind of like somewhat randomized, of course. And then it kind of goes down to that bottom level like this a little bit, you know. And then when you're seeing it from the side or from the below the water or whatever, it doesn't look, well, that kind of looks like it's, you know, standard or whatever, but we can kind of straighten that up a little bit and make it look a little bit more randomized. So it goes down, and then it goes down to this level for sure, and then it comes back up to meet the size. And that way everything looks like it was generated that way. After that, we can start the collection of what I want to put in here. This is a big area. What I want to put in here is not going to cover the whole area. But it might. I have no idea. I don't actually know. We're also going to play with them a little bit to see exactly what their capabilities are. This is too tall. We want this to be down a little bit. I don't even know how I missed such a big block without excavating it. But anyway, you get the idea. I just wanted to bring you back so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of cool. I like seeing each stage of a project kind of come together. Before it starts, you saw how, I don't know, it did really look terrible, mind you, but it wasn't what we wanted. And then I dug it all out, so it did look terrible, but there was no sand left. Well, there was, but you know what I mean. And then we built it back up, and we're getting there. We're getting there. All that's left is really to build in the sides and put the water in, and we can see what it looks like. Check it out. We are done. Well, we're done with the sandy parts. This should be sand, actually. Hold on. Now we're done with the sandy parts. So we've got basically just custom layering, really. I suppose it probably would have been easier and possibly even a little bit better. Easier, faster, whatever you want to call it. It's always nighttime. I try to wait till daytime to record, but anytime that I don't think about it, anytime I'm not thinking about what time of day it is, it turns to nighttime right when I start. Right when I start, every time. It's just crazy. Anyway, so yeah, we've got basically the custom lake bottom, I guess you would call it. We got some interesting little features up here. I don't know why I did that. I just thought it would look kind of cool, so we did it, and yeah. And now we have this kind of stuff here. Now, all I really need to do is go ahead and fill this in with water, and you see kind of the color of the water. I need to get another. I have an infinite source over here. I actually had to run like way out there to get 2 buckets of water. So I only had 1 bucket, and I didn't craft a second because I'm a dummy-dumb. But I went all the way out, got 1 bucket of water, came back, placed it in, went all the way back out, got another bucket, came all the way back in. Yeah, that was kind of a tedious process. I did that a while ago for our sugarcane and our crops here, but yeah, still a little, it happened. Anyway, so this is kind of the color of the water here, in that it looks, I don't know, it's almost more like it's a cyan colored water, right? It's I don't know how to describe it, really. It's just kind of a thing. Is that done? Okay. I like it, though. I really, really do. I'm usually a bigger fan. It's pretty close to, I don't know. It's not really light blue. That's more light blue. This is just straight up cyan, I think. I could be wrong on that, because I don't really know colors that well, but it's still, I don't know. I really like the color of this water, and I don't know why. Because it's not actually blue. It's taking, maybe it's just because it's different. And Minecraft water has always been blue. And even though I like blue, it's my favorite color and everything, I think just the fact that it's different and it's not a bad color that it changed to, I think that's why I like it so much. Because I do like the color. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. But yeah, so I just got to fill this whole thing in with water, which is not going to be that incredibly difficult. We really just kind of got to do this, and you'll see it'll reproduce. And you always, when you're refilling water, you always want to go from the bottom up. Because if you try to go here, you're going to have, if you try to go top down, you're either going to have 100% flowing water everywhere in here, and it's not going to be full source blocks, or you're going to have the biggest and most hugest problems trying to figure out where you're missing source blocks of water. Here, if you do it layer by layer, you can pretty easily tell what's not a source block. You know, and then once you're done with this layer, it's easy to go to the next layer and you don't have any problems. You don't have to worry about if there's a missing source block on the bottom layer, because you know you got it already. I think all that's pretty much obvious though by now. Most of you are just like, duh. Anyway, so let me go ahead and finish putting all this in, and then we'll continue with things. We'll see what's up. You know, with the lag that comes from the portal, I really should be aware of things that are going to reduce the FPS even more, such as water updates. When I was doing the water, I think the frames dipped low enough for you guys to more than just notice them. I think the frames now, you may not even notice. My recording software is pretty good about making sure the video is good. It usually reduces my frames versus actually reducing the frames in the video while it's recording. And also, once we get farther away from the portal, the frames, they won't stay low the whole time. We'll have periods where we're away from the base and the frames will be just fine like they are now. But yeah, there's a lot of creepers. Now that the water is put in, as you saw, there's something we need to go find. We need to find, I would say at least 2, but I want to find as many as I can. Now what we're going to mess with is called the Oysters Mod. I've never messed with it before. Again, that's why we're on Fabric, is so I can see and play with a bunch of different mods I've never even heard of before. But I do know that the Oysters mod spawns oysters in the water semi-randomly in places. I was hoping to find at least one of them for it real quick. Just one, just so I can show the people what they are. Some of you will know, those of you who actually play on the Fabric mod stuff already will probably know what they are. Fabric modloader may have enough mods now, but only just. So if you play on Fabric, chances are you've played with just about every mod that exists for it. But more and more are coming out every day. And we're going to be getting the updates as they come out, so long as I remember to check. Because what I'm on now, the whole multi-MC thing, it's not going to auto-update my installation. I'm going to have to get the updates manually and check back frequently. But that's okay. Come on, give me an oyster. Just one. You know, just one. Finally, found one. Only one. We don't need that many, though. Thank you. I think you just need 2 to get started, really. The more the merrier, of course, but 2 will, I believe, get you started. I guess it does make sense that they would only show up in certain areas, but look. There's one. There's one. There's one. We got one there, one there, one there, there, there. We got a bunch. I really wish I had some way to breathe underwater or something, because yeah. I don't, unless I go get a magma block or something, which would be fine, I suppose, but still, All right, now it's time to play. Now, I've done just a little bit of research on this just to see how it works, because the Oysters mod doesn't provide a book or a tablet or any kind of information on how to use it, which is really bad form in my opinion. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they haven't gotten to it yet. That's what I'm going to say. But really, every mod should include instructions. It doesn't matter how simple the mod may seem. Every single mod should include at least some information. Even if you have a mod with a single item, and that item is a pair of shears, have a piece of paper. So these are just normal shears. Something, you know, just so people know that they're not different, or that, you know, whatever. You get the idea. Anyway, so what we're going to do is use these oyster baskets here. And these things, I guess we'll go like right here-ish. These things will help either breed or mutate these guys. So if we put this in here, that's a bit of a bug. Kind of. It's weird. Anyway, so if we do like one of each, I guess? You can't, okay, no. Oh, do you do that? Ooh, hey now. We good now? Okay. So you don't put anything there. I got, oh, all right. So oyster baskets give you the items. That's good, I suppose. So you don't actually have to place them down. That's interesting. I'm curious, if we just leave that there, will we eventually get more blemished pearl oysters? Is that... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know how this works. I don't know. I'm hungry. I need some food. So if we get a lot... Well, we already have 3 pearls. That's actually pretty good. I mean, I guess we can put 8 in here. We instantly got a pearl there. So we're getting the pearls. That's good. But I'm looking to get a lot more. It says... It doesn't seem like you're using the oysters. Like, they're not disappearing or anything, which is good. But I'm confused as if... I don't know. I guess we'll just wait a while to see if we get any more of the blemished oysters. Then we can move on, I guess. Well, that was actually pretty quick. It did not take very long to get another blemished pearl oyster. Now, what I want to try to do is start to mutate these. We're going to go ahead here. Now, oh, I keep doing that. I don't like mods that don't account for particular situations, like the fact that I'm holding an item. It should... When you right-click on something, it doesn't matter the item. Minecraft does it, it was just kind of done. Most mods do it, it was just kind of done. But when you right-click on something, it should ignore whatever's in your hand and go into that device if it has a GUI. If it doesn't have a GUI, then fine, place the item in your hand. But when I'm holding something and I do it, it should not place it and go into the GUI. It really, just pay attention. I mean, I feel like some of these situations are just easy to account for and they just don't. Because they either rushed their project or they just don't care. I don't know which one it is. And I mean, I can't sit here and begin to understand what this glitch underneath it is. I couldn't tell you. I know it's not intentional, but I can't say that's a result of lazy programming or anything because I have no idea what would cause that. But anyway, we're here. I've got this. I already have a crafting table on me. Let's go ahead and put the crafting table back over here and actually see. Because what I want to do, if we go here, we should be able to. Now we have clean pearls, right? We got 2 clean pearls, and that's kind of what we're looking for. I could get more. I could get a third real quick. But let's go ahead and put our 2 in there, and we'll get our clean pearls. Now, oh, there's an instant breed chance. Gone. I don't know how long it takes for them to do it, but it's probably not the best thing or whatever. But, you know, it's probably a good idea to wait. Maybe I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Maybe it's a good idea to wait until we get a bunch more blemished oysters in here before we actually keep trying to do that. But I'm gonna give it a shot. We're just gonna keep making these pearls and see how many we can get. The other things that I want to do, let's get some coal, because coal is one. Basically, you have different tiers of oyster. You have the blemished, which is what you find in the world. Then you can upgrade them to clean, and I don't know. There's like 4 different layers. Each layer of oyster can create a higher tier item with their pearls. So on the blemished level, the first level, you can create coal and dirt. Now, I don't have any dirt. I'm going to go get some dirt, I think, because we're going to make a dirt one. Dirt is actually difficult to find here because all of the soil we find is this stuff, the andesol, and it's not the same as regular dirt. That's why our farm out there is very, very small. If it were bigger, we would have plenty of wheat to feed ourselves and our cows, and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But going to find dirt, you find them in very small patches when you're mining, and all of this is the andesol grass. That's it. That's all we've got. This is all the dirt we found in all the mining we've done. Granted, we didn't do a whole lot of mining, but we did enough to find more dirt than that. So it's just kind of one of those deals. If we get a dirt oyster, we wouldn't have to worry about it so much. So in order to breed more dirt, guys... Oh, now you're blunt. Okay, well, that's fine then, I guess. Well, we got 2 more clean pearls. Let's give you more chances, I suppose. Yeah. So we're going to do a coal. We're going to do a dirt. What other ones do we have here? Flawless. It actually, yeah, here's your tiers. You have the blemished, then you upgrade to the teal, and there's a misspelling in there. Pearl. Pearl's missing the R. Clean pearl oyster. Flawless pearl oyster, and there's the same error. That's evidence of copy pasting. Oh, I don't blame him for that either. If you already got common words, you might as well copy paste. Anyway, bone meal. That's another one we want to get. Bone meal would be really, really handy. Coal, I already mentioned. Wood, yeah, but not right this second. Doesn't matter to me right this second. I don't know what kind of wood we would have to use. I'm guessing oak, and we don't have oak. We could try jungle. I don't know if that matters. And of course, the dirt. We could get stone, which could get string. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could get that just so we can reproduce if we need to. Same with sand. And then it goes up to quartz, which we need the clean pearls for, which is what we're trying to upgrade to here. But what I need to do is actually just wait. We need to wait a long time, it appears, because we do not get very many blemished. And we need to get a lot more blemished. We need them to reproduce like crazy. I'm just going to sit here and wait for them. Maybe not just wait. I might go mining, find the dirt, so on and so forth. Just let them do their thing. But I'm not going to do anything like progress. I may or may not take down the portal for now, and I want to move it somewhere else. I have a theory. There's some interesting things I think you can do with this. Ugh, so much lag. I think the nether wasn't generated. I think it was one of the issues for the lag here. As much lag as we had. Usually I can still get over 100 frames, but I don't know if I actually went into the nether in this load of the game, so the nether didn't actually generate its chunks, and it was weird. Somehow weird, and it was causing problems, maybe. I don't know. Wishful thinking. As soon as Optifine comes out, we're going to get that. But anyway, I'm going to wait. I might do a couple things here and there, but we're not going to progress too much, basically. Also, just a side note, we're not done with this yet. This is bare. This is blank. We still need to add vegetation to underneath. We're going to bring in some coral, most likely. We're going to bring in some lights. We're going to bring in a lot of stuff into here. I just wanted to get the environment so I could start this process and get them breeding. I may or may not bring in some of those elements now while we're waiting, but I'm not sure. Because that would require me to leave the area. And when I leave the area, these guys won't be loaded and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure. My biggest priority is that these guys progress and keep going. But yeah, I may go get the dirt, though. All right, so I do have a habit of talking a lot. A lot of you know this. I am trying to break this habit because I know a lot of people leave if you start talking for too long and you're not really doing anything. But I'm working on it. I really, really, really am. I'm just not doing very well. Anyway, I don't think I've actually told you guys specifically how to get these. Basically, you have blemished and whatever item you want them to convert into, and that will give you bone meal. Now you see they're grade blemished. Each oyster has its own grade. You have to stick that grade and that material into the thing before they will mutate into whatever oyster you want. We also went ahead and got one of these guys, which is basically the diamond one is the best tier. It is the Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3 version. The other ones just kind of knock that enchantment down with the lower tier fish traps, but we got the best one. We might get 2 or 3 more of these. The bait is not very difficult to make. It's actually very, very simple. It does require iron, but hey, don't do that. But once we get our iron oyster, we'll be able to make the bait, no problem. I also want to move those guys. I want to move the specific ones, the ones that are producing their own material. I want to move them into their own area and build kind of a thing around it. I'm not sure what, but something. And that's kind of the next step for these guys. They do produce their own. So since there's more than 2 in here, they have a chance to create more coal oysters. All of them do when there are more than 2. So that's our goal, is to get more than 2 of each of the special types. And then we can just wait, and we'll eventually get all that we need. We get multiples of like the iron and gold if we need all of them. Since we need more of that material, we'll likely want more of that material. There's another mod I want to get into, but we're not going to do that this episode. That's going to be next episode. I'm working on trimming down my episode lengths. I said a while ago that I was going to make really long episodes. I decided against that. Now I'm changing back to shorter episodes. Not super short episodes like everybody else, 20 or 30 minutes. I'm thinking more like 40 or 45 minutes. But yeah, just shorter than my normal. And that's kind of where I'm headed. Now, other than that, I really, really, really want to get to the end and get some elytra and get some flight going on, because it is really driving me nuts that we have to walk everywhere. But those are some of the future plans. And in an effort to actually keep my episodes shorter. Hey guys, what's my zoom key? Wait, what is my zoom key? What's my zoom key? That's right, it's R. I always forget that. But we got some of these guys here. We had some come in before, and they went over in the water, and they got trapped in this corner over here. They can't get out. Once they get in here, the only exit out of this place, well, there's two of them actually, is right over there and right over there. That's the only places they can get out. So if they go over there, they're in trouble. They're not going to pathfind all the way around. But anyway, yeah, in an effort to make my episode shorter, I'm going to go ahead and trim it out here. We're going to stop. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.